Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. In this video we're going to be talking about what did not happen that I thought was going to happen. I have been really great about decluttering all this year. There's still a lot more to do, and planners were going to be on the list. I was kind of trying to experiment with different planners, and if you've been watching my channel recently, you know I moved to All the World Denise, which I love her planners. They are actually my favorite of all time. So it should have been easy to get rid of all these other ones because for one, all of these planners are outdated. They're old Happy Planner planners. Should be super easy to get rid of them because now I'm really loving the Laurel Denise planners. But a couple things have been going on. One thing is I have been listening to you gals, and I know that you love Happy Planner products. I know it makes a ton of sense because these are some of the most affordable planners on the market. They have amazing sales. Their recent sale, you could have gotten like 4 planners for just over $20. $5 for an entire planner. Some of them might have been out of date soon, but they can always be redated. So I was thinking about that. So I do understand why you gals love Happy Planners so much and why you want to see the Happy Planner content so much. So even though I do love the Laurel Denise planners, I still really love these planners too. I just couldn't get rid of them. Like I said, these are older Happy Planners that have the color. They're so rare and unique that why couldn't I just let them go? You know, I don't know, gals. So what I'm thinking now, I've been watching a lot of Planner Girls lately, and I do think that there's like a big handful of us that are just a little lost with our planner selection right now. And that's exactly how I feel because I am loving the Laurel Denise planners. You guys want to see Happy Planners, which I do want to listen to my viewers because I do appreciate my subscribers and my viewers. Then again, I also really love these particular planners that are outdated and really beautiful on the inside. I mean, they don't make them like this anymore. So if they were gone, like if I got rid of them, like it would just be, if I ever wanted to go back to Happy Planner, I would never find this again. So I think that's part of the reason it was so hard to just donate these and get rid of these for me. And since I have them anyway, and you guys are asking for Happy Planner content, I have decided for September to switch back to Happy Planner. Because like I said, I do really like these planners. I think for sure my favorite planners ever are Laurel Denise to date, but I have those in my stash so that, you know, when I'm done with these planners, I can always go back to those. Just because I know if I'm gonna go to like a very neutral planner anyway, it might as well be the one, you know, one of ones that I love. But these, I have a lot left. I have a lot of these colorful planners left. I went really purchase crazy in 2020, and all of these pretty planners are in my stash still. They were in a box to donate, and then I grabbed them out of the box, and then they were put back in the box, and then they were grabbed back out, and then they were put back in again. So anyway, the truth is I'm just not ready to get rid of them because, as I said, they're just so unique and beautiful, especially for really any planner right now that you could get. So I think Paper has some color in their planners, which is nice. And then of course you all know Erin Condren planner is set up very similar to these older Happy Planners, where you have the 3 sections and you have the color on the top. So that's what we are gonna kind of talk about in this video. Is I just couldn't let them go. They are way too pretty and colorful. So what I'm going to do instead, the Laurel Denise planners, because I tried several different layouts, I was already doing different planners instead of my 2-page daily, which is what I directly came from before starting some Laurel Denise planners. And the 2-page daily was just getting a little too busy for me. It was really fun for a while. It was perfect for a while. It was using my pages, but the organization was not like, it was just too unspecific, whichever that word is, where everything was together. So there wasn't like open the page and now I'm focused on wellness, or open the page and now I'm focused on work or whatever the case may be. It was kind of like just a cluster of everything. I liked it a lot at first because I could open my page and I could see everything, but I feel like everything got lost on the page together. I was also making a way too long of a list for cleaning and work. It was just not able to get done. And then I was changing it to the next day. So whatever I didn't do, I'd pop on to the next day. So if you haven't seen those videos, this whole spread would have been like a day for me. That's how I was setting these up. I was using old planners, making this 2-page weekly into a 2-page daily. And I was doing that for every day of the month. So it was maintenance. I don't mind that as much, but it really just got pretty messy. But the color and just the detail, I don't even know if you can see like the floral sketch and everything on these pages, is really hard to find in Happy Planner now. I did have noticed that this year they tried to add some color back, but I just don't think it was as well done as what it used to be. So these are like shining stars of planners to me, just how these were designed. The 2020 planners are like my favorite planners. I know a lot of gals don't like them because of the color. Like that's the reason they don't like them. But that is the reason that I do like them. So I know why Happy Planner moved away from color is because people really want a neutral. And that's where we're at now. You can hardly find a colorful Happy Planner. And if you do, it's not done as well as I think these planners were done. That's beside the point. The point is, now that I've been using Laurel Denise planners and several of them for all of my topics, I am now ready to just go back to kind of where I started. It's like full circle at the beginning of the year, where I'm going to have several planners on one set of discs. Now, some of the things that I've learned just from watching Laurel Denise videos and using Laurel Denise planners are use of paper clips, use of highlighters. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to be incorporating into my new system with Happy Planner planners for September that I think are going to work really well and make it less frustrating to me. My frustration came from like flipping all around, but I think if I paper clip the pages in between together, we'll set that up in a different video, but if I clip everything together, I do think it's going to be easier to just go to the next page and it'll be the next section. So right now I just want to talk about which planners I'm thinking of using for what. And the one Laurel Denise planner that I'm absolutely going to keep is the pop-up planner, and it's going to be our family planner. It sits at the bottom of the stairs and it just shows everybody kind of what's going on for the week and actually the whole month. That has a lot of value, and there's no planner that takes place of that in Happy Planner. So that's what we're going to do for that. But everything else is going to kind of go back to Happy Planner. And I don't know how long, but like I said, I know you gals want to see Happy Planner content. So I am going to start providing it. So I did a couple of mock-ups always, which are like sample pages. So this would be like the work planner is what I'm going for right now. It's a dashboard layout. I did 3 columns over here. I don't know if this is exactly how it's going to stay for the month, but this is just to see if it could work for my content, and it does. I mean, obviously there's a lot of space here in a big Happy Planner dashboard. And I tried a couple things as well, but I think this is going to work the best for my work. And so I just did that with every layout, just like a couple of mock-up pages to kind of see how it was going to work and look. So my final decisions are, for my main planner, I want to do a Happy Planner Big Hourly. This is the Southern Preppy, and I think I'm gonna I'll grab one of these lighter colors for September. If I can find the September one, this I set up to be daily pages, so it's kind of mixed in, so I'll have to look. But if I can find the September pages that say September up here, that would be great because it's so cute. I don't want to have to redo it. So then I will use those. Maybe it's back here. August, September, we're getting close. Now we skip around. So I'll have to go find it. And this is going to be essentially my main catch-all planner. So right now I have a lot of separate planners. I spoke about that in my last video where I had my planner chat, where it just seems like a little too much right now. And that was starting to bother me. And I was going to combine those already in my Laurel Denise and put a couple more things in my main in my Laurel Denise. So this will take place of that. So it has this beautiful September at the top. I'll find the September monthly. I know I have it somewhere. And then I will use these pages for September main. In the main, I will have basically time blocking timeline. I'll have cleaning probably up here. Meal plan, I'm thinking down at the bottom. I'm thinking about whiting out these last two lines and doing breakfast and dinner here. And then budget and grocery, I'm just gonna write if something is purchased, and then I will probably make some extra budget sheets in the back. So that is the thought for now on how to set this up. Yeah, I think that's actually gonna work pretty well. So this will be my main in this style. To be determined will be cover discs, because they're all gonna be together. My main is gonna be popped on the same discs with everything else. So that'll be determined in the next video, and then also a little more of the setup in the next video to get it ready, because September will be here before we know it, and I need to get it set up and then decorated before that time, before I need to start planning in it. So that's the main. For work, I just wanted to go back to this really colorful dashboard. Nope, that's not it. I wanted to go back to this really colorful dashboard, and you can see the September here. That it's not all in here because I used some of the pages, but I will find the pages that coordinate, and it's just such a beautiful color. So I love that. And this will be my work setup, just how I showed you in the mock-up. So I'll have to go on a hunt for the extra pages here, because I know I have, maybe they're back here. I'll find them. Like here's another September. Here's the monthly. Cool. Yeah. So that will be work as a dashboard. So we have main as an hourly, work as a dashboard. Wellness, I am going into the vertical. I don't love a vertical layout, but I'm gonna tell you, let's see, there was 1 month. But when I did the practice pages, like look how pretty this is. I love this. This is so pretty. With the practice pages, I'm just going to write like in this thicker line what my topic is. And it's pretty much going to be movement on top. This middle one is going to be self-care. And then this bottom section is going to be like my food journal. And you might hear my husband's television in the background. That's what that noise is. So I think this is going to work with movement, self-care, food for every day across. And then I can just see all of my movement for the week up here. I am still going to use the monthly because that's one thing about the Laurel Denise. The monthly was handy all the time, and I really got used to using it, and I love using it. So now I know, because I've been using the Laurel Denise planners, what I want to put in each monthly. So it was so helpful for that. And then what I will do is I will paper clip open to whatever week. So if I'm in the 3rd week here, it'll be paper clipped so I can go straight from the monthly to my week and kind of keep track of what I'm doing. So this is Wellness, really, really beautiful planner. This is from 2018 actually. Then I have my project planner, which is going to be this one. This is the, what is this planner called? These are just the pages in here. You can see it's a monthly layout. I wanted to go with this blue color, not the peachy color. The peachy color is fine, but it's really not my favorite, honestly. So I'm gonna go with this blue color in the monthly layout, and this is going to be my project planner. And I can put my projects over here, like top 3 project priorities, take some notes over here, do some trackers, which is in the Laurel Denise project planner for the month, which I love that. I love her project planner. And then I just have tasks that I can do. It doesn't have to be every day, but if I have a day, I can write down what days I do them. And then I will also be using the monthly, how I'm using the Laurel Denise monthly now, to write in what I did each day as well. And then again, I will be paper clipped to wherever I am so that I can easily get back and forth to look at my monthly. So that is the project planner. And then budget planner. For the budget planner, I probably will find some Happy Planner budget pages. I know I probably have some of those around. So I think that's what I'm gonna grab for those. Okay, the last thing to talk about is just the teacher planner. And I'm just gonna redate this for September. Now I'm using right now a Laurel Denise pop-up planner. It's the whole family command center planner. which I really love. The reason I'm switching to a teacher planner, because I could still use that as a homeschool planner, is my kids don't actually need to see all the subjects like that, because I might want to use those weeklies for other things that we're going to do, like if we're going somewhere, instead of using them for schoolwork. So I'm going to come back to this. This will be just like set out on the counter if the boys need to look at it, or you know, I can just tell them what they have for homeschool. So just gonna go back to a regular teacher planner where the subjects can be here. We're doing about 6 subjects per day, and I can just do extra notes over here. We are doing a Monday through Friday, which is new. Most years I've done school on Sunday for them, but I'm actually excited to not have to change any of this, because look how cute it is. I might have to change the dates, but I do have the Mojo Jojo plans dated. So I get to keep these cute colors on the weeklies, and I get to keep this cute chalkboard looking September, and I can just redate it. And that's actually gonna make it really easy, and like the color, so cute. So I have been really tempted to just keep decorating the boys' homeschool planner, but it's just one of those extra things that doesn't necessarily need to be done, but it's cute if it's done. But here I'm gonna have an option, because all of these lines are different colors. You have the polka dots here, and you have this here. That's plenty of color for a week that I don't feel like decorating this. But a plain planner, I would always feel like I'd have to decorate it. I mean, look how fun the other months are, so. Okay, so that is it for now. That is gonna be my September lineup. So let's go over it again. We have an hourly for my main catch-all. It will have, whichever color I choose, it will have timeline, cleaning, meal planning, a quick grocery amount if I buy that day that I can move into the budget pages later. So that's the main. Work is gonna be this really beautiful dashboard where I'm gonna put like the monthly things over here, and then just how I wanna break it down daily over here. And that is for YouTube channels, that's what work is. Then we have the wellness, which is going to be this really gorgeous, and I'm glad to be able to use this, because how pretty is this? Even though I'm not a vertical planner, I'm gonna use this planner. I'm thinking of the yellow, but I mean, every month is a different color in here. Maybe it rotates a little, right? Yeah, you have like 5 colors in here. So I'm gonna choose a color, and then we're gonna have wellness broken up into sections. Like, look how pretty that is. And then I will also do my workouts and self-care on the monthly, like I'm doing right now. If you wanna see how I'm doing that, that is in my Laurel Denise wellness videos. Project is going with the monthly, which these are just spare pages. I think this one, what is this called? Wild, I wish I remember what the name of this planner was, but you can see how pretty this is. You have like a dot grid, regular grid, dot grid, like a lot of things going on here that are gonna be really useful for projects, and then just task lists. Also, in the back are these line pages, which can go for sketches or something if I want to rearrange something. I do like to sketch out projects sometimes. So this monthly will work really well as my project planner, which I right now have as a Laurel Denise planner. I really do love her project planner, but if I'm gonna replace it with a different planner, having a pretty planner like this is the way to go. All right, and then the last is a budget planner. So I'm pretty much thinking of just using some budget pages from Happy Planner. The only other option that I would maybe do, and we'll see, because I don't know if the Happy Planner prompts really work for me. I could possibly, I mean, look how pretty this one is. Look, do you see the scalloped and the light colors? I could put like just a line item of the budget, but still white out the dates. Now I made a budget planner out of Laurel Denise mini vertical for this month. That is on the channel, and so that's what I'd be doing similar here, where I'm just whiting out the dates. This would all just be for September. This is what September looks like. Actually, I can just show you. Why don't I just show you? So this is the Laurel Denise mini, and I have just I whited out and washied the top here where it said the days and dates. And I'm just adding what we purchased and subtracting from my total to give me a total of what I have left to spend, which is like nothing. I have like nothing left halfway through the month. So that's what I could do with these pages, is very similar. just white out and just kind of line item. I'd probably do two columns each and go down. And I spread across, so yeah. So that's an idea. And then some of these back pages were eBay, which I still haven't done, and then savings. So I could also make these pages into that. So I kind of like this idea. For one, the planner is incredibly cute, but you still have goals. You still have like worth noting, and it gives you a lot of space. So I might make this into my little budget planner section. And that would give me 4 planners with my homeschool planner, 5 planners, but I don't count that as a personal planner. So 4 planners in one disc. I'm just showing you this seasonal one because I was using this earlier for my project planner, but it was really just a declutter planner. It wasn't helping me keep as organized because every day I was just gonna go and grab a couple things, but look how cute September is. So it is possible. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. It is possible to use this as my September. So instead, for the wellness, instead of that thick lined one. Yep, I think it's pretty possible. Look how cute all that is. All right, so those are all the options, but main planner hourly, wellness, dashboard, project is a monthly, and budget planner is probably gonna be this lined planner. Wellness, did I say dashboard? I meant wellness. Vertical work is a dashboard. That is my lineup for September. Completely changed. I appreciate the gals that gave me feedback. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you, and I want to give content that you want to watch. So that's what we're doing. Back to big happy planners. Plus, I mean, how can you say no to these beautiful planners? So gorgeous, so gorgeous. And since I couldn't give them into the donation pile, I just gonna make myself do it. Let's get back to using them. I kind of feel like a crazy person, but I know a lot of gals, planner gals that are going through this and switching out planners and can't quite find their groove are feeling the same way. So I am at least among friends in the planner gal community. And do know I have several planners because I do have all these planners. You can make one planner work. You could pop in extra note pages here and there if you need extra room. So that's all something to consider. You don't have to have this group of planners for 1 month. But I think it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited to get back to these colors. A little sad to let the Laurel Denise planners go, but I know they're still there. I'm not shy to redate planners, so they will be there once all these beautiful planners are used. And actually I have quite a few in classic size too, which if you've seen my channel for a while, you know classic size was never my favorite, but if you can see what I was using in the Laurel Denise planners, everything is really small, written really small. I mean, this is the vertical column. So yeah, I think the classic is gonna be just fine after this, and I know I'll just can pop in extra pages, etc. if I need to. Having all these separate planners in one planner, I think I'm gonna like better than my 2-page daily for where I'm at right now, because I need to focus when I open the page on not just like everything on there. Even though I did kind of section it off, it got a little crazy. But really my least favorite thing about the 2-page daily is moving everything that I didn't get done to the next day. Talk about feeling like a failure when you constantly have to move the same thing to, okay, move it from here, move it from here, move it from, when am I gonna do it? You know, so there are ways to get around that. You could put it like a page in or post it and just keep moving the post-it. But oh, look at November. How beautiful is that? All right, girls, that is all I want to talk about in this video. Going back to the Happy Planner, beautiful colors, my old planners that I just could not make myself donate and get rid of. So thank you so much for coming along for the ride. Stay tuned and we will get these set up and then we will start decorating. Thanks so much for joining me today on Tamper with a Plan. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.